What's up, guys? It's CFN. My name's Connor. Welcome back to CFN TV. Now, today we're going to react to 4 disturbing deep web stories by CreepsMcPasta. I believe I got his name right. Now, I wanted my friend recommended me to do this, to react to deep web stories, and I heard a lot about the deep web, and pretty much it's not good. So, my warning is, and the warning on this guy says, just don't do it. Don't go on the deep web, for the love of God. I heard other stories about it, and it's not good. There's some bad stuff on there, and stuff that can actually hurt your life. So please, don't do it. Anyway, today we're going to react to 4 disturbing stories from the deep web, and let's hope this scares us, shall we? Because I'm ready to get scared. I'm ready to get scared. Let's do this. Links in the description down below for the original video, channel, and my gaming channel. Let's do this.
I did a lot of digging, mostly out of boredom, and stumbled upon one of the most messed up things I've ever seen. It was called Animals Nightmare. It appears to be down now, and as the title might hint at, it was a site for people to share videos and pictures of them torturing animals.
Boy, if you don't...
Most of the users seem to get off to it. The mutilation and suffering of animals. It chilled me to the bone to see some of the replies to a guy beating his dog with a piece of metal, saying stuff like, "Kill him, shove it inside of him," and other such comments. No animal was sacred. You lose a lot of faith in humanity after seeing 2 guys torture to death a 4-month-old puppy using dildos and a knife. But the worst part had to be their preferred method of disposing of the animal's corpse. I mean, you can't just leave a pet's body like that anywhere. It is easy to tell that the poor creature was tortured to death. So, they had to get creative. Roadkill. Put the animal's body on a rural road where most aren't likely to come by, and run it over a few times. It'll be mangled beyond belief, and anyone who comes to pick it up will think it was hit by a car, and no one cared enough to avoid it. Remember that next time you see roadkill.
Well, that was just the beginning. That was rough. That's rough, man.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Jeez. I felt good. Now I don't really feel good. Thanks a lot. I love dogs.
I visited 4chan since I was 14 or 15, and I was always intrigued by some of the IRC chats and other edgy stuff. I tried Tor after someone explained it when I was 16 or 17 or so. Someone told me about the hidden wiki and how to get free drugs and stuff. I thought it was pretty neat when they talked about it.
Of course it is.
Let's say that my mind changed after a few hours of browsing.
Not really.
Like I implied, I was a huge chantard, and I immediately searched for some deep web image boards. Yeah, big mistake. Let me paraphrase an anonymous poster on the deep web image board. "Hey guys, look at this picture I made with my little sister." Someone linked me some fora where you could buy guns and drugs, and I thought that was kind of interesting. But unfortunately, that wasn't the only thing I found there. Someone offered a night of sex with his or her 7-year-old daughter if that person killed a man they wanted dead. People literally asked to kill people for them. There were people who said, "I need money, who do I need to kill in the area of Detroit?"
Wow.
That stuff was disturbing to read. And you know how we joke about people who call themselves XX Dark Lord XX? You know, people with those nicknames are there too. But these people aren't 12-year-old kids who claim they've screwed your mom. These people literally feel they're Dark Lords of the underground.
Wow.
I always thought that people had some good in them. But back then, I learned that there are people out there that are pure evil. It may sound cheesy and cheap, but it's true that some men just want to watch the world burn. The other thing
Is that a Dark Knight quote by Michael Caine?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
I read was a very, very, very detailed story about a man who travelled to Thailand to have sex with children. In the story, he talked about how he bribed the parents of a girl. He talked about the best way to hide your newly acquired child porn so the people at the airport won't find it. It was absolutely disgusting. And I've seen some stuff, but this story made me hate mankind so much more. I literally didn't touch my PC for a week out of anger and disgust. I don't have PTSD or anything, but that stuff really messed me up a bit.
Oh yeah, I bet it did.
Especially when you're 16 or 17 or so.
Why are you going on when you're 16 or 17?
This was back before Google. Web pages were, for the most part, still very basic HTML with JavaScript. Hardly anyone used CSS. Only discussion boards and some banking sites had anything approaching mature front-end/back-end combinations, etc. Early net. Real deep web story? Not just one about illicit activities online. I was browsing random blogs, GeoCity sites, and the like, just going from link to link. Eventually, I came upon an odd page. It appeared to be random thoughts from different people, but for the time, it was very well designed. The messages seemed to be cryptic in nature, like several people trying to pass secret notes. I started through the source, and hidden in the comments of the JavaScript were various IP addresses. I gathered all of the IPs in a text file and began enumerating. Some routers with banner messages.
You know what's funny? I like the fact how he makes it into very techie stuff, like the environment, that you kind of feel it. It's really good. I like his commentary and like his energy. It's really nice. But some of these stuff is messed up. Like I said, don't go to the deep web if you value your life. I'm serious. Anyway, let's go.
I could telnet to, almost all at universities. Warning, this is a secure system at University of blah blah blah. The default Cisco credentials from back in the day worked on most of them, but I didn't poke around. A few of the IPs were web servers, with little to nothing on them. Mostly Apache and Linux or some BSD. At least one IIS server I can recall. I finally came upon a web server with a huge directory of HTML files and TIFF images, with a few smaller subdirectories containing the same. NSLOOKUP returns no reverse records for the IP. A visual route traced it as far as Colorado. The HTML files appeared to be records a psychologist or similar mental health professional would keep. The images were of faxes, apparently of both military and medical nature. As I browsed from a subdirectory back to the parent, at the top of it was a new HTML file named something like 1-hello there.html. The timestamp was from right that minute. I opened it, and in plain text was the message, "We see you." No quotes, all lowercase. About 15 seconds later, the server dropped.
Wow. I'm going to end this episode here. This will be in a couple parts, alright? This will be like a couple parts because it's a longer video. And I'm going to try and keep it as close as I can. But thank you guys so much for watching. See the whole video, link will be in the description down below. Peace.